everyone! I'm so sorry that it took another week for me to upload a vlog. This whole November has been crazy. It's been so hard for me to keep up with the vlogs because of different things, but I'm back again and I have to admit that I got a really bad cold. I know I said in my ice swimming video that I would never get sick this winter. But I'm sure that had to do with my visit to Stockholm, because the same night as I got back home again, I didn't really felt good. You know, in the last vlog, when we was in the cottage, I was actually having really sore throat, and after that I just went really sick, like the whole last week. And maybe you can still hear it on my voice. It was a bad week. I felt so desperate because, as you can see, it's so beautiful here now. It's so frosty and it's just been some amazing days here, but I haven't had the energy to do anything really. And also Johan got sick and my mom got sick, so everyone just been sick. But now it's a new week and at least I feel much better now. I'm just outside now, catching the last of the sun that just set now. So how are you all doing? I hope you are having a good November. It's soon December, by the way. It's crazy, but actually it feels like January. I don't know if you can see it on the camera really, but it's like this blue tone color, which always comes when it's really cold. It's like minus 15 Celsius degrees right now, and it's like frosty, and always in January this is how it looks like, in January and February, and that's like one of my favorite months of the year. I always think it's so hard to start a new vlog or a new blog post or anything when I have had a break for a while, because I feel like a bit lost, like I'm not on track. And especially with this vlog, because normally when I do vlogs I at least know what scenes I want to have. I know what it's going to be about, and it's like I have a script in my head in a way. But for this vlog I don't, because I filmed last week but not so much. I tried my best, but I just felt so bad. So last week I mostly just spent inside, feeling really bad, playing Sims, eating chocolate. But even though I've spent almost 2 weeks feeling not so good, there's have been some really good things happening as well. Our lives right now is just really exciting in a way, because there's like really big, changes going on that I would definitely will talk more with you about later. But it's like all of these problems that we had with both, our lives and the businesses and everything. It's just kind of finally finding the right place. I don't know what to say. It's like solving itself right now. One really, really good thing that's been happening since my last vlog is that I have a painting studio again. And we have place for packing our prints and everything. We have rented a beautiful house here in the village. And this house was actually the grocery store back in the days, for a long time ago, of course. So it's like looking like a little store, and it's really beautiful actually. How do you say förening? I need to ask Johan. Johan? Hur säger man förening på engelska? Typ grundkärnsförening. Association. Okay, so this house is owned by the Association of Grundkärn, the village. And normally the house is used for, meetings a couple of times during the year, and sometimes like parties or whatever. And then we just got the idea to rent it. I guess you have seen it a little bit in my earlier vlogs that we have been desperate about the space, because we lack of space really much. And actually you haven't seen how bad it has been. We have really been struggling with this space problem, because we haven't had space for our business, our work, and we have not had space for our private life. I mean, our whole upstairs is just filled with packing materials and stuff for the businesses, and our living room is where the smithy is, and we sleep in a couch, and we just don't have space for our lives anymore, really. And still we don't even have space for our work, because since we started with the jewelry making again, we haven't had any space for my painting studio. Because before we had the smithy, I had my painting stuff in there. Maybe you saw in the summer I used the barn, but I could only be there for a very short time, because in September the night was too cold. It was -degrees, so my colors could freeze, and that would just cost me a lot of money to buy new ones. And since then I haven't been able to paint at all, because I haven't had any space. Well, I know it's not the biggest problem of all, but I've just felt really sad about it, especially like now in the winter time, because I always get so inspired to paint in the winter time. And also it's just like our whole life is lacking of space. You know, I could just talk about this for so long, because this have been a really heavy problem for us, and I haven't really shared that yet, because I haven't really known myself. And now with this house I rent, that's just a short solution. We can rent it until the middle of April. It's a solution right now, and sometimes you have to take small steps. Yeah, so right now we have solved a little bit of this space problem, and I'm so thankful. So I feel like I'm talking so much. Always when I start a vlog, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm gonna say, and then when I start, it feels like talking with friends. You know, I just want to share everything that's on my mind. So last week, before I got too sick, me and my mom was there to, you know, clean it up and carry our things to that place, you know, making it really nice. Finally we got space for all the packing materials. I guess if you don't have a photo print business, you don't really know how much packing materials in all different sizes you need. And both my parents' house is filled with packing materials, and our house, and now we just have this place to put it and have it. And when we gonna pack the prints, it's really easy, you know, we have a lot of space, we have a big table, and then in the other room I have my studio to paint, and I can just put up all my colors on a big table and all my brushes. And then I have so much space to paint. Alright, I'm actually gonna go over there right now and show you how it looks like. And meanwhile, I will let you see some films that are recorded from when we cleaned up in there. Ja, välkommen till Jonnas butik.
Ja, ska vi få det lite grann så?
Ja. Gud vad häftigt det här känns. Welcome to Boa! That's what we call it here in the village, Boa. That's like the old store. You can actually see that this was a store, because the desk is still here, and yeah, you have this shelf with place for all of the grocery stuff, and you even have this one. I actually think this place is perfect for packing our prints because to me it's very important that when I do something creative, it has to be in a place that I feel good. And I really like this. It's very cozy. And then in this other big room we have the packing materials. So now we have a lot of space for that. And here is my studio. Do you see this? This is an artist's dream coming true, to have this much space for painting. So now I'm gonna continue on some paintings here, and I can work on many paintings at the same time. I have space for all my brushes and everything, and all my colors, and yeah. And then I have this beautiful view outside. So now in a little while my mom is gonna come here and we're gonna pack and sign some prints to send away, and it just feels so good now to do this, now that when we have so much space. Because before I have not really done any, you know, marketing or shout outs about my print shop, because it's been hard to handle a lot of orders when we don't have the space, if you know what I mean. It's just been too much. But now when we have more space, I can, you know, tell you about it. Now my mom is coming. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you wanna order a print, if you have thought about ordering, make sure to do it as fast as possible, since Christmas time is so busy for all the mail services as well. In Sweden it's no problem still to get it before Christmas, if you want to have it before Christmas, of course. But in other countries the mail service can be a bit bad when you send to Europe or to United States or the rest of the world. So yeah, I just want to say that if you want to order a print and you want to make sure to get it before Christmas, make the order as fast as possible. Of course we can't guarantee anything, because this month is crazy for all shops and all mail services in the whole world, kind of. But we at least do the best we can to send away your print as fast as possible. So how did you like our new place? Isn't it cozy? I think it's perfect. It just has the right feeling that I want to have from the place I work. By the way, it's actually really cold right now. Tonight it's gonna be around minus 25 Celsius degrees. Mostly it is that cold in January, not so much in November, but I like it. Jaha, tycker jag nästan. Tänk, vi är bara 7 minuter in i inspelningen. Vi har spelat in i 2 timmar.
Jävlar.
Jag vet. Det låter.
Det är så här konstigt ljud hela tiden.
Vi hör. Vad var det där?
Det var bara en stor jävla smäll.
Det blir så lugn av att lyssna på det här.
Ja, och så sen vill man bara lyssna mer.
Alltså gud, det är verkligen som att lyssna på någonting levande. In my new painting studio, and wow, I can't believe this is true. I just love to be here. It's so much space. I've never had this much space when I paint before. It's so different to what I'm used to, but I love it. So I'm just about to start with some new paintings now, and what I do tonight is that I do the first layer. I often begin with a layer of molding paste to make cool textures before I paint, and that's what I do now. Put some molding paste on the paintings and let it dry, and then I start with the first layer of color. It just feels so good to be here. It's like such a relief. I felt for a while now that I really want to paint, you know. So it's gonna be so fun to start with these new paintings, and I actually have a very strong idea. I feel very inspired by something. Well, I often like to have some kind of theme that I'm inspired by when I paint. So this new series of paintings is gonna be inspired by the singing ice. Actually, the ice is singing right now in this moment as I sit here, and you can actually hear it sometimes through the walls and the windows. Maybe you have never heard about the singing ice before. I had never heard about it before I moved here, actually. The ice make a lot of sound and noise, and yeah, you can call it that the ice sings. Just about the first weeks when it starts to grow. Last week the ice started to sing here in Jinton because we have a big lake here. So me and Jonna went down to the lake, and I brought my sound recorder so I could record the sound, and then we just lay down on the ice and we looked at the stars and hear these sounds that are just, you know, it's like otherworldly. It's like nothing from this earth in a way. Well, I've always been so fascinated by these sounds from the ice ever since I moved here, because it's just something with these sounds that feels both very comfortable but also a bit scary, because it's like they are so strong. It's very special because the ice only sings when it's like clear sky, when it's stars, and when it's really cold. When it's cloudy, it doesn't really sing because it needs to be these super cold nights, and then it starts to make these sounds. So I've actually been down to the lake every night now to put my sound recorder on the ice so that I can capture these sounds, and then I leave it there for 1 hour or 2 hours. Wow, it's a special feeling to sit out on the ice in the middle of the night, and it's stars all over the sky. I wish I could film it, but you can't see it on the film. And then you hear the ice sings. So what I was gonna say is that these sounds from the ice is gonna be my inspiration for the new paintings. So I'm actually gonna listen to the sound when I paint, and actually the sound is amazing. So from now on, when I have some time over, I'm gonna be here in my painting studio to paint and to listen to these beautiful sounds of the ice, and hopefully transfer it to the canvas in a way. I'm sure I'm gonna have some really fun nights here during the winters, because yes, I love to paint during the nights. Well, I can paint during the days too, but often I don't really have time for that, and I want to feel free when I paint. So I'm gonna spend some time here now doing more layers with the molding paste and let it dry, and hopefully I will be able to come here tomorrow night as well. But now I hope life will just be as normal as it can be, so I can just continue doing vlogs again as I was planning, because I feel like I'm really into it, and especially because of, I mean, your response that you give me, like your comments. It's crazy. The comment section it's just, yeah, you know, I can't find the words. It's so inspiring to see that my videos can affect you so much in a way. I mean, some of you write that I inspire you to, you know, change your life or to feel better, and really I wish I could answer you all. I feel like it's torture to not be able to answer you all, especially now on all platforms. It's growing so quick, but I definitely try to read everything, and thank you with all my heart. thank you for following me on this journey, and oh my god, it's gonna be an interesting journey this year, I promise you. It's a lot of things going on. It is. I'm gonna talk about that more later, I promise you. So okay, I'm gonna continue with the molding paste and I see you guys soon, okay? I hope you all have a wonderful week and take care. Mwah! Lots of love to you. Bye bye.